Let's bring in Gene Munster, managing partner at Deepwater Asset Management, Fast Money friend. Gene, it's always great to get your take. I mean, I don't know. Do you believe Google in its blog post? I mean, when you hear OpenAI say that around 400 million users use ChatGPT on a weekly basis, those users must not be searching on something else.
That's correct. They're using less Google. I want to just frame in some of those numbers, that 400 million number. It's actually, the story is even worse for Google, is that it's basically took 10 months to go from 1 to 200 million users. It took 6 months from 2 to 400 million. So you're seeing compressing off of bigger numbers. And it's probably going to hit 800 million at the end of June, which would be about 4 months between that. So that's going to put it at about a quarter of the Google daily population is also going to be using GPT. And that's obviously just one of a few generative products. And so the central question that I think that Google investors should ask is ask themselves if they fall into the camp of using generative AI daily, or ask anybody who does, how has your search behavior changed? And I think the answer is overwhelmingly, it is a significant, it's a seismic change. And on top of that is that this effectively puts Google in a very difficult place, into a corner. And that corner is that to monetize, what the reason why people love this is just a simple, straightforward answer. It might hallucinate, but they love the simple answer. And that's something by definition that blue links can't give them. So very complex set of challenges that's ahead of Google. And this golden goose that they have is showing its age.
Yeah, but hey, so I guess let's think about this week's events, though, really as they unfolded, which is that this is Apple's not a defendant here, yet they're on the stand. Apple wanted to almost be a co-defendant here. Apple's defending a stream of $20 billion. I mean, you think they're going to say there's no one else other than Google out there? I mean, they're saying everything they're supposed to if they want to keep this revenue stream alive. Plus, I mean, how do we not think that Gemini isn't going to be as good as what's out there by the time this really needs to be transformed? I hear you on all the data points we're all getting and the slippage and whatnot, but let's understand this week as it went down, and let's understand Google, the company that is going to be as well positioned with the product to do AI search for Apple on the world's most important platform.
I mean, if you play the tape, what we've talked about in the past 2 years is I think Google I thought they were in a great position for all those reasons. And I want to just zero in on the comments from Eddie Q, because there is a motivation for him to downplay what's going on here, but he's also under oath. And my belief is that his comment about search being down within Safari is accurate. And that is, in fact, that it's down for the first time. That's about half of the usage of browsers on iPhone is through Safari. And so that's something that you have to, it catches my attention. And I've been of the belief, I've seen what happened with Redbox and how long that took. I thought that was going to be over before it started. It took 10 years for that to wind down. So there's going to be a tail on this with Google. But what we are seeing is that it's happening a little bit faster than what I would have expected. And at the end of the day, it just comes down to that simple question. How do they create a product that people are going to want that still allows them to monetize?